I am going through the things my mother left when she passed away a few years ago. I think this is a bellows that the leather has rotted from. My father was a music teacher, and my mother was a science teacher. It is possible it is for a church organ. Or my mother may have had it to show how a bellows works. Can you please tell me what this was for? Thank you. It's a 19th century dental foot bellows, used in Victorian-era dental offices, typically in a laboratory setting, to pump air to a blowpipe or melting furnace for heating materials, used in denture and filling preparations, or sometimes for administering early anesthetics like laughing gas. A hose would be attached to the air outlet port on the side of the bellows. This hose then connected to a device such as a blowpipe, an early dental drill, a melting furnace, or an anesthetic gas system. By pressing the pedal down with their foot and then releasing it, the user would cause the internal leather sides to compress and expand. This action pumped air into a reservoir, and a spring mechanism ensured a steady, continuous stream of air was expelled through the hose, rather than short bursts. I found this in my grandma's house, hidden behind some cushions. My grandma had forgotten she hid this a couple of years ago, and she thinks it's worth some value. I have no idea what it is, and it looks like a remake of an old dinner plate or something. But hopefully you can help us figure out what it is. Thanks in advance. It's an antique decorative Italian majolica, made by Alfredo Santarelli from the late 19th to early 20th century, and inspired by 15th to 16th century originals. It appears to have a bit of value. Here's another one I found listed online for $3,600. The inscription Dux d'Urbinus refers to the Duke of Urbino. The profile portrait with a crested classical helmet is meant to represent Federico da Montefeltro, the famous Duke of Urbino, a major Renaissance military leader and art patron. He became the Lord of Urbino in 1444 and ruled the city as its duke from 1474 until his death in 1482. This seriously looks like a legitimate antique, not a tourist souvenir. Do not put this in the dishwasher. Any army peeps know what this badge is. The owner of this badge was my great-grandfather. He was a Welsh and fought in World War II and was captured by the Japanese at the Battle of Hong Kong in 1941. He was a prisoner of war until it was over. He said some Japanese soldiers were nice and never spoke of the things he had seen, but he was never the same when he came home. Any help would be most appreciated. It's a World War II Royal Artillery Regiment cap badge, one of the most recognizable insignia of the British Army from that era. The Latin motto Ubique, meaning everywhere, on the upper scroll symbolizes that the Royal Artillery served globally. And another motto, Quo fas et gloria ducunt, meaning where right and glory lid, on the lower scroll. What is this tiny ruler with no visible brand marks found in a jewelry box at an estate sale? The seller wasn't sure why the ruler was so small, but I was curious about what it could have been used for. Any idea what it's used for? It's the centerpiece for a 1940s slide rule tie clip. The face of the tie clip is a miniature version of an upper-end working slide rule with 5 scales. The marks are accurate, the center slide, and the magnifying cursor move. The slide rule is a device for making mathematical calculations. It is similar in concept to the way an abacus is used for counting. Calculations are made by sliding the center or the cursor to align marks on the slide with marks in one of the 5 sets of marks on the stationary part. What is this handmade ceramic mug with a saucer I found in a thrift store? It's about 6 inches tall, and the mug has a hole in the bottom into the saucer, and the saucer also has a pour spout. I'm confounded as to what it could be for. Any ideas? It's a bacon cooker for frying bacon in the microwave. You drop them over the edge, it drains the grease, and the tray catches all of the drippings. It actually works surprisingly well, although you shouldn't use too fatty pieces because it can overflow the bottom and make a mess. What is this smiling peanut from Cursed Images that appears at an antique store? I have seen this online through Cursed Images, but I have never seen one in real life. What exactly is this, and what company did it come from, and how old is it? Many thanks in advance. It's a 1970s Jimmy Carter smiling peanut coin bank. Art with this theme flourished during and after his 1976 US presidential campaign. It ties into Carter's public image as a peanut farmer from Plains, Georgia, which became one of the most memorable themes of his campaign. His campaign even featured a giant 13-foot peanut made by Indiana supporters, which became iconic. Because of this, peanut-themed memorabilia exploded, including buttons, dolls, stuffed peanuts, and coin banks. Jimmy Carter grew up working on his family's peanut farm, and supporters embraced the peanut as a symbol of simplicity, honesty, and a break from establishment politics. My friend sent me this after finding it in her grandmother's basement. Her grandmother doesn't remember what it is or where it came from. My guess was an old knob for a drawer. She thought the top of a cane. She didn't have a banana, nor did she understand using a banana for scale, so we got a hairbrush. Do you have any ideas about it? It's the foot of a clawfoot piano stool. They were very popular in the early 20th century. Most pump organs had the stool included in the purchase. By the way, the ball is not designed to move. It is held tightly by the claw. Some think it is an early caster, but that is not the case. What is this arrow thing I found at a TSA reclaimed or surrendered item shop? Whatever it is, it's not allowed on planes. It's metal. Sort of looks like an arrow, but it has a different end. It could very well be a decorative letter opener. I'm curious as to what this is. Any ideas? It's a Japanese hamaya, an evil-destroying arrow. It's a type of arrow given at Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples as a Japanese New Year's talisman or sacred tool. It is often paired with a bow called a hama-yumi. The reason why the tip of a hamaya is not sharp is because it is intended to destroy and purify evil spirits and intentions, rather than harm the actual physical people or objects towards which the hamaya are directed. What is this odd black shiny plate with wires coming into it, found in a church in New Jersey, USA? It makes a buzzing noise, but I haven't noticed the buzzing until yesterday. It's not hot and has no logos or text on it, besides that 65 in a circle thing. I have no clue what it connects to, how to turn it on or off, or who installed it. It looks like some sort of antenna. It goes on a wall that has an electric panel on the other side. My guess is that it is from the 50s. This church was built in the 19th century. Any idea what this plate would have been used for originally? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.